Welcome to Everything Carp Fishing. I'm back down on the Midkent waters. I'm hoping to catch a carp. I'm going to do a quick overnighter, so let's go. Well, I'm finally back on this lake. It's been a little while since I've actually been on here. A lot of weed has come onto this lake. Also, it was closed for a few times this morning, so I haven't really had many sessions on here. I did do half a day session and I came to this swim. I did see a few carp, but I didn't have anything. That is the reason why I wanted to come to this exact swim, because I knew that there was carp here. There were carp here last time and they weren't that far out as well, so I knew that they were going to eventually be here at some point. So far, being in the swim for a good couple of hours, I've actually seen mostly like roach and a few tench, but I haven't actually seen any carp. That is a bit of a risk to come to the swim that I haven't actually seen any carp in, but I know for a fact they're going to turn up at some point. Maybe this evening or maybe in the morning they might appear here, but they sort of appear in this area and then they sort of fade off after a while, so they stay for a very short period of time. It is a lot shallower on this part of the lake, so that might be the reason. It looks pretty good at the moment. There has been some people down here raking out some areas, so it makes it a little bit more easy for me. I decided to put one of my rods out into the clearing in front of me. It goes about 15 feet out from me and then it's sort of clear for another maybe 20 feet and then it hits weed again. So it is a bit of a big area that's clear out there, which is really good because if I do get a carp out there, at least I can more likely to land it and get it away from the weed beds and stuff like that. It's a pretty good spot. It's a little bit silty, but it's not too bad. It looks good to me. The other rod I've actually put to my right. It's a clearing that's not massive, but it's big enough to put a rig in. There is a few bits of weed in there, but mostly just silty on the bottom and felt quite soft as well. So, but I'm still happy with it. It's a clear area where I can present a rig. So hopefully one of them spots pays off for me and I get a carp. Let's see. I decided to put Ronnie rigs on both my rods on a lead clip with a bit of tubing. I'm fishing something a bit different on both my rods. I'm fishing 10mm baits on each one. One is a 10mm white cool candy pop-up. The other bait is a 10mm light orange pop-up that's actually more like a wafter. When I tested it on the bottom, it sort of wafted instead of actually popped up, which is brilliant because the spot that I've picked for that one is mostly clear and it feels reasonably firm. There's a little bit of silt in there, but there's not much weed and stuff on the bottom there, so it's pretty good. The other one is actually set to pop up. that's on an area that's much more softer and silt, and also there is the odd little bit of weed in there, so I want to make sure my bait is presented. On top of that, the spawn mix I'm using is actually hemp, maple peas and chopped boilies. I didn't want to go too crazy with the bait, and I also wanted to make sure that those baits were brown and very dull in colour, because I don't really want to attract any swans or any birds to dive on it. It's really clear in this lake, and I think that if they see any kind of yellow on the bottom and stuff like that, I think they're going to dive down and eat all of it. I have had a few occurrences where they've picked up the rig, or they've gone down and picked up some sweet corn and bits and bobs on the bottom and then picked my rig up. So I've decided to go for dull baits this time, and my hook baits are actually quite stand out. They're quite bright, but my actual loose feed is a lot more dull, and they're less likely to be picked up by birds. I've decided to put a few spoms on each spot. I want to see if I get a tench or anything else on it. If I do, I may change to a slightly bigger bait, but for now I'd rather stick with a small bait, because it doesn't really matter what I put on, it's still going to be picked up by like tench and maybe even roach in here. There's some big roach, I've seen them swimming around already. Yeah, so I hope I don't get picked up by one of them. Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully I'll get something, and I'm really looking forward to this session, because the weed is up, good conditions. I'm hoping to get a carp. Let's see. Nothing's happened so far, apart from a few roach and a few tench swimming around out there. Yeah, nothing's happening. A few birds have gone from a line, that's about it really. Yeah, so I think that the chance of getting a bite will probably be in the morning. I'll probably get up really early and see if I can see anything jump or roll out in the swim, and hopefully I'll get a carp in the morning, and that'll be brilliant. So hopefully I do. So far the only thing that's happened was I had a bite about 1 o'clock in the morning, I think it was. A little indication, and I saw the tip bend round, and I thought, I don't know what that is, might be a tench or something. Picked it up, and it was in the weed, and sort of the hook sort of pulled out eventually, and nothing on the end at all. My best guess is like a roach or maybe a small tench or something has picked it up and moved the rig into the weed, and that was it really. Nothing's happened this morning. I thought I was going to get a bite maybe like first hour, first light maybe, but so far nothing. Haven't really seen anything. I did hear one carp jump further down the lake, and that is it really. Well, I reckon I've got a little bit longer to get a bite really. Usually once it gets past about 8 o'clock you've got no chance of getting a bite at all. So I'm just gonna see what happens really, and I'm gonna keep looking at the lake and checking out some spots for maybe next time and stuff like that, see if I can see anything jump or show. But so far all I've seen is a few little roach. That's about it, jumping this morning. So yeah, not a huge amounts happening on the old jumping or rolling or anything front, but I still think they could be here, and I still think they might turn up at some point. They do come through here quite often, so there's always a chance. So yeah, see what happens, and hopefully I'll get something this morning. Yeah, that'd be really good. like I'm not going to get anything on this session. Even more of an insult, a carp actually swam over both my spots and then swam back over them again and didn't even stop. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to try something new next time, and maybe I might be able to figure out the way of catching these carp, but they're being a bit tricky at the moment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.